Good morning, my dear Einsteins. I think you're all staying home safe. So take care of your health, take hygienic food, wash your hands often. Please follow these things regularly. Let us be safe from corona. So here we have completed about the agricultural part of the lesson, improvement of food resources. Now I am here to deal with animal husbandry. I think this session you will read something useful and you will get the concepts very clear. So shall we go into the lesson? Yes. So the topic what we are going to deal with is animal husbandry. So what is animal husbandry? A simple explanation. The scientific management of animal livestock is called animal husbandry. I will repeat. Scientific management of animal livestock is called as animal husbandry. So let me recall the term livestock. What is livestock? Livestock means all domesticated animals, we call it as livestock. So what are the criteria included under this animal husbandry are feeding, breeding and disease control. So we are going to see about the certain animals like cattle, poultry, bees, and we are going to discuss about their feeding habit, their breeding habit and how to control diseases. So we are going to deal with three important topics about the feeding, breeding and disease control. So first we have learned the definition of animal husbandry, that is scientific management of animal livestock. It deals with feeding, breeding and disease control. So first let us see what are the animal based farming. It is cattle, goat, sheep, poultry and fish farming. All these categories comes under animal based farming. So let us see, already we have seen this sentence in the crop production. As our India, or not only our India, many countries, the population growth is keep on increasing. So to face the needs of the people, food production is utmost necessary. We already read about this. So when coming to animal husbandry, the source of food is both plants and animals. So not only the food production has to be increased, likewise we get like animal products, milk, meat, egg. So there is necessity to increase the animal production too. So animal husbandry should carry it over very effectively to get better yield like milk, egg and meat. So hence livestock production should increase. So recall, what is the meaning of livestock? All domesticated animals, we call it as livestock. Now we will move on to cattle farming. So under cattle farming, what are the purpose of breeding the cattle? There are two purposes, dual purpose we can say. The first one is called for milk. We breed the cattle for milk. Second one, cattle is grown for draught. If I say draught, one spelling comes to your mind, D-R-O-U-G-H-T. That is varachi, drought. Okay, this drought means labor, working. So for work, we breed the cattle. We have to bring up the cattle for work, for agricultural work. So this cattle may help in farms. So it is called draught animals. The animals which are grown for labor, we call it as draught animals. The animals which are grown for milk, it's called milch animals. So we are going to read two species. These scientific names are very, very important. When you go to higher classes, really you will be learning lots of scientific names. A few names you may come across in class 9. Try to memorize that. Actually, it is very interesting to learn this scientific names. You remember you are learning a new language. That is Latin. So these scientific names are nothing but a Latin language. So what is the scientific name of buffalo? Is Bos bubalis. Remember buffalo, B. It starts with B. The name also starts with B. Bos bubalis. The next one, as you all know, we have already studied about the binomial nomenclature. That is, there are two names in a scientific name. The first name is called generic name. The second name is called species name. The generic name will start with the capital letter. Species name will start with the small letter. So whenever you write the scientific name, see to that the first letter of generic name should start with the capital letter. The first letter of the species name should start with the small letter. So what is the scientific name name of buffalo is Bos bubalis. The scientific name of cow is Bos indicus. So once again I will brush up these points and then we will move on to the next topic. First we learned the definition of animal husbandry. It is nothing but scientific management of animal livestock. This includes three features, that is feeding, breeding and disease control. We have seen about these animals in the animal husbandry, that is cattle, goat, sheep, poultry and fish farming. So here already we have learned this sentence. If population increases, food production also should increase. So already we have seen in the crop production, even in animal husbandry, the livestock production also should increase to meet the demands of the people. So next is about the cattle farming. We breed cattle for two purposes. One is for milk purpose, the second one is for draught purpose. The animals which are bred for milk, they are called as milk animals. The animals which are grown for the draught, we call it as a draught animals, or for labor, we call it as draught animals. So two species name we learned. One is called Bos bubalis, the common name is buffalo. Bos indicus, common name is cow. Children, we read about two purposes of breeding cattle. One is for milk production, one is for draught purpose. Now we take milk production. So on what factor this milk production depends on? It depends on lactation period. Milk production depends on lactation period. So what is lactation period? Period of milk production from the birth of calf, we call it as lactation period. So when there is a long lactation period, the production of milk will be increased. So if there is a long lactation period, there will be increase in the milk production. Now let us see two examples for exotic breeds and two examples for local breed. If we take exotic breed, the other name is called foreign breed. What are the two examples? Jersey and Brown Swiss. These are the two examples of exotic breed. Red Sindhi and Sahiwal are the two examples of local breed. So you may get this question in a 2-mark questions, that is name two exotic breeds of cattle. If they ask, you can write Jersey and Brown Swiss. Local breeds are Red Sindhi and Sahiwal. So these features, these foreign breeds, actually foreign breeds have very good long lactation period, and indigenous breed will have a disease resistant capacity. So both are very good features. When these two breeds are crossed, we will get a cattle which has both long lactation period and disease resistant. So that is a cross between long lactation animal with the disease resistant one. So output we will get a cattle with both the features, long lactation period and disease resistant variety we can easily get through the crossing. The next one, how to maintain the animal. First one is cleaning. For cleaning, you have to regularly brush the cattle to remove the dirt and the loose hair. Cleaning has to be done regularly. The next one, how should be the shelter? You all know shelter is a living area. So where we live, we should keep our house neat. It should be ventilated. So same features the shelter of cattle also should have. It should have a well ventilated area. It should have a roof to protect itself from the heat, rain and other temperature changes. And the floor should be sloping. Why it has to be sloping? Because when it urinates or when the water is there, so the water may slope and then run off. So the area will be maintained very dry. So it should be sloping. So remember, first is cleaning is very important. Regular brushing has to be done to remove the dirt and loose hairs. The next one is about the shelter. The shelter should be well ventilated and it should be roofed to prevent the animal from heat and cold or rain. The next is how is the food. The food habit should be of a healthy diet which will improve the good lactation period. So the diet should be linked with the good lactation period. So such a healthy and nutritious diet with some supplementary feed has to be given to the cattle for its long lactation period. So with this we will complete cattle. Next we will move on to the next topic. Akshins, can you recall the three activities what we discussed in animal husbandry? Remember, feeding, breeding and disease. Correct? So feeding, breeding and disease. So we have seen about the breeding technique. We had two purpose breed, that is one is called milch animals, the other one is called draught animals, and we saw some local variety, exotic variety. When we cross the local variety with the exotic variety, we will get the output with both the characteristics. There is long lactation period and disease resistant variety we will obtain at the end of the process. Now let us see about the feed. Animal feed, actually there are two proportions I can say. Animal feed has two proportions. One is called roughage, the other one is called concentrates. Roughage, in lower classes you would have studied the fiber content, we call it as roughage. So roughage means it has a high fiber content. Concentrates will have a low fiber content and it will have high protein and other nutrients. So nutrient content will be more, but the fiber content will be less in concentrates. But in roughage, the fiber content will be more. So when we give the animal feed along with some feed additives, that is supplementary feed, we are providing the cattle to get a very good output. So how to identify an animal is infected or it has a disease? So it will not take the feed regularly. So it hesitates to take the feed. The normal feed level will go down. The next there will be some change in the posture of an animal. Often it may lie down or often it may sit, it will not feed properly. So such conditions will easily, we can identify whether the animal is infected by a disease. So how it is getting infected? So let us discuss some of the organisms which are responsible for the disease. So the disease which are caused by microbes like bacteria, virus. So these diseases we call it as infectious diseases. So remember, infectious disease means disease which are caused by microbes, we call it as infectious disease. So if we take parasites you all know that parasites are organisms which will live inside the body. It will derive the nourishment from the host body. It is called parasites. So in cattle, there are two types of parasites present in cattle. One is called as ectoparasite, the other one is called endoparasite. Ecto means outside, endo means inside. So parasite which lives outside the body, say in skin, it is called as ectoparasite. And parasite which live inside our body, that is called endoparasites. Example, it may affect the cattle's stomach or intestine. The endoparasites live in the intestine and derive the nourishment. So next, already I told you the disease which are caused by microbes, we call it as infectious disease. So how to prevent this disease? Prevention is better than cure. So prevention, we have to take utmost care in preventing the disease. So once the disease arises, the health of the cattle will be disturbed. So prevention is very, very important. The first important factor is vaccination. Vaccination is important for cattle also. Then healthy diet to be given. Even animals will get some deficiency diseases. So healthy diet is very, very important. The next one is good sanitation. So nowadays we are more sanitized, like we use soap often to clean our hands. Not only during this corona time, every day we should have that same habit should be continued the days to come. So likewise, they also should be maintained very neat and sanitized. This will prevent the disease spread also and we will get a very good output. So with this I will complete the cattle farming part. In the next class let us see about the poultry farming. Thank you, students.